I'm Christina from Travels with Ted, and today I am sharing everything you need to know before planning an RV trip to Canada. We have traveled to Canada in our RV multiple times in our 8 years living on the road. We have visited some amazing places in the Great White North, but driving into Canada from the U.S. requires advanced thought and planning. Today I'll share everything U.S. RVers need to know before traveling to Canada in an RV. First, let's talk about crossing the border into Canada. In preparation for your border crossing, you must learn what items are prohibited or restricted and remove these items from your RV. Before driving in your RV into Canada, remove all plants, firewood, firearms, weapons, fireworks, and cannabis. If you drink or smoke, you also need to check that you don't bring too much alcohol or tobacco. Current regulations allow no more than a case of beer or 2 bottles of wine, and no more than a carton of cigarettes. You should also remove all meat, animal products, and fresh produce. While travelers are allowed to bring some meat and produce for personal use, there are several limitations and requirements, so we found it much easier to just eat all of our fresh food before crossing the border. If you must bring a regulated item across the border, check the official Canada Border Services website to ensure you understand current guidelines. Before attempting to cross the border, you must also have all of your documents in order. Each person in your RV will need a passport card, or a Nexus card. You also need the registration or title document for each vehicle, including your RV. If you are bringing your cat or dog on your Canadian adventure, they also need proper paperwork. For each pet, always carry proof of a current rabies vaccination. If you are traveling with a dog, there are more stringent requirements to re-enter the United States. Effective August 1st, 2024, dogs re-entering the United States must be at least 6 months old, have an ISO-compatible microchip, and have a CDC dog import form. You should complete this form online a few days before your border crossing back into the United States. Additional documentation will be required if your dog has recently visited a country with a high rabies risk. Check the CDC website for current requirements. Once you have all of your documents and clear your RV of prohibited items, you are ready to drive your RV into Canada. There are often long waits at border crossings, so avoid crossing at peak times such as rush hour or long weekends. You can view current wait times on the Canada Border Services Agency's website. Finally, remember to be patient and answer all the Border Patrol's questions honestly. If you have prepared properly, you are likely to breeze through the border. We were searched on our last border crossing because we hesitated when we were asked if we were carrying bear spray. Bear spray is allowed, but I couldn't remember if we had any. The hesitation was enough for Border Patrol to want to search our vehicles. However, the search was very quick and only took about 5 minutes. Now let's talk about some things to know while you are traveling in Canada. First up is driving. RVing in Canada is very similar to driving in the United States. Canadians also drive on the right side of the road, and traffic laws are similar. However, speed limits are posted in kilometers per hour, so you will need to be able to calculate the conversion to avoid a speeding ticket. 1 kilometer is equal to 0.62 miles, so a 100 kilometer per hour speed limit is 62 miles per hour. You will also need math skills to calculate the price of fuel while RVing in Canada. Fuel prices in Canada are posted in price per liter. To convert the price per liter to a price per US gallon, simply multiply by 3.76. Then multiply by the current exchange rate to calculate the price in US dollars. Now, let's talk about finding a campsite while RVing in Canada. You can use many of the same resources to find campsites in Canada as you would in the US. If you want to stay in a provincial or national park, however, you will need to make reservations through Canadian government websites. Each province has their own system for provincial park camping reservations. National park campsites can be booked through the Parks Canada website. If you want to camp within a popular national park such as Banff, you need to make a reservation months in advance. Reservations for the year open in January and vary for each national park. If possible, book your campsite the day reservations open in January. Now, Let's talk about cell phones and internet. Many American cell phone companies will allow you to use your plan in Canada. Before RVing in Canada, call your cellular provider to confirm if your phone will work and if there are additional charges. Our Verizon Unlimited plans provide unlimited calls and text in Canada with no additional charge. However, our high-speed data is limited to 2 gigabytes per day. If having regular internet access is important, purchase a Starlink Roam plan, which allows you to travel with internet all over North America. Thanks for watching, and